1, 2, ready, and...
Hello and welcome to KPA's Cool Coffee with Kansas Principals, a Principals Perspective edition, where each episode will feature the voice of different principals offering a bite-sized perspective on a topic of their choosing. Enjoy this Principals Perspective.
Hello and welcome to Cool Coffee, a Principals Perspective edition from the Kansas Principals Association. This is Nicole Gilmore, Assistant Principal from Winfield Scott Elementary in USD 234, Fort Scott, Kansas. And here is my perspective. As principals, we know that schools don't run on lesson plans alone. They run on people. People who show up every day to support our students, teachers, and each other. And I'm talking about our paraprofessionals, our custodians, cafeteria workers, office staff, bus drivers, everyone who works behind the scenes to keep our schools going. But let's be honest, these are often the people who get overlooked. They aren't always part of big decisions. They don't always get the recognition they deserve. And yet, without them, our schools wouldn't function. So today, I want to talk about what we as school leaders can do to better support the people who support us. So why do they matter? Well, let's think about the paraprofessional who patiently works with a student, whether they be nonverbal or have significant behavioral concerns, but they give them the one-on-one attention and patience that they need to succeed. Or the custodian who's in the building before the rest of us, making sure our hallways are clean and safe, that the ice is cleared, and in an elementary school, cleaning lots of vomit. Or the cafeteria workers who serve thousands of meals a week, often knowing which students need an extra helping of kindness along with their lunch. These aren't just jobs. They're essential roles that shape our school communities, and yet, again, they go unnoticed sometimes until something goes wrong. They don't always have a seat at the table when big decisions are made. They deal with low pay, limited resources, and often little to no professional development, and it's time we do better by them. So how can we support them? As principals, we have the ability to change the culture in our schools and make sure these folks feel valued. Here's how. First, we listen to them. When was the last time you asked your paras what they need or checked in with custodians to see how things are going? A simple conversation can go a long way in finding time in our busy days to do that each day. I make it intentional to also include all these different stakeholders in our staff surveys, not just sending them to teachers, but the entire school community so they can provide input as well because their voice matters. Secondly, giving them a voice. They should be part of the discussions that impact them. Include them in meetings, planning sessions, and professional development opportunities when possible. For example, we have bi-weekly behavioral meetings, and our paras who are on the front line may provide input on what they're seeing and what has been helping. We additionally have representation on our site council because, again, their voice is needed for improvements in our school. We can also advocate for better pay and training. While we may not be able to control the budget, we can advocate for them. So speaking up at the district level, state level, pushing for professional development that actually helps them in their roles, and allowing them to attend conferences that are relevant for them. We should also show appreciation and mean it. A thank you matters, but appreciation goes beyond words. Recognizing the hard work in meaningful ways, whether that's a shout out in a staff meeting, a handwritten note, buying them a Sonic drink from time to time, giving them an extra 30 minutes off, or even covering a duty when you see that they've been just working really hard and need a break. And then finally, we need to have everyone in our schools feel like they're part of the team. And that starts with us and making sure our teachers also understand the value of their paraprofessionals and encouraging other staff to treat every employee, no matter what their role, with the respect that they deserve. At the end of the day, our schools are only as strong as the people who keep them running. If we want a positive, thriving school environment, we need to make sure that every single person on our staff feels valued. So here's my challenge. Let's commit to making their work visible. Let's ensure that they feel respected, included, and valued, because when we take care of the people who take care of our schools, everybody wins. And it doesn't take much. It's just a little more listening, a little more recognition, and a little bit more advocacy. And if we all do our part, we can create school communities where everyone feels like they belong. So thank you for listening, and let's get to work.
Check the notes section for more information on this episode and to learn more about the KPA and its mission to develop and support all principals through optimized learning, collaborative leadership, networking, and service. Be sure to check back in for our next episode and spread the word about cool coffee with Kansas Principals. Catch you next time.